All right. Happy Friday, everyone. So, guess what? I'm using actually the Snapchat Android app on my Chromebook. So, for those who like Snapchat, right? It's really fun. You can't hear that, I'm sure, but right? Nice little filters, which is so fun on Snapchat, right? So, um it's kind of a fun thing to be able to do. I guess that's my whole point about it is that it's fun. Oh, look, no, I don't want to do that. Don't allow, get out, go back. It's kind of fun. All of the new things that I'm continuously discovering about my Chromebook, and it makes me happy to realize it, is that there's just so many things I can do with it. So today is Friday. Was it March 22nd? Is that right? I gotta look at my watch, right, to see. I think that is true. So it's the 22nd. So thank you, those of you who said have a safe travel. But I'm actually traveling a week from today. So a week from today, I think my goal will be to record a message to you while I'm in Miami, just because I think that's fun. But what that means is for today, what I need to do is focus on next week, a little more than this week, I suppose. So, two things before I get into that. One is that I finished grading last night's work, and it seems like several of you had challenges when it came to the placing documents into the shared with Rio. So, I don't know if it's because we were using a different app like the Google Sheets and the drawing, right? So, I don't know if it was that or if it was something else, but you know, and this is like one of those like I felt like I covered make sure you do this. No, I felt like it I did. And yet so many of you miss it. I think what could I have done differently? It's kind of the constant thing teachers think about. I think it's like what how could I have made that better for you when I feel like I did, but anyway. So, if you want to give me feedback on that, you're welcome to do that. Um the other thing is okay, so that, right? That's one thing right there. And that the other thing that I want to talk about, and now I'm moving ahead. So this time next week, when I'm in Miami and recording a beach or a hotel or a something fun video for you, I'm probably not going to focus so much on what is going to be heading at you, which is your Excel lab test. So just like your Word lab test, you're going to have a video to help you with most of it, but not all of it. So make sure you check that out and follow along. Do remember on the lab test that once you submit it and you get graded, that you can submit it again once you fix those items, that you can resubmit that original file. Okay, so remember that. So work on it, submit it, look at what you missed, fix the issues, submit it again. But here's what I want in the reply today is I want to make sure you have Excel. And this maybe not be as big of an issue as it would be last month for Word, but I still want to say, right? So there's two apps that we're going to have in the future that you will actually need on your computer, right? So the one coming up is Excel. So today on your reply, what I want you to do is find out if you have on your local computer Excel. And I said this at one point that I was going to look to see if I could use the online version, and honestly, I didn't. So let's just be clear that the version you're going to need that will work best is going to be an installed program on your local computer or on somebody's computer, right, in your life, or on lab computers. You need to be having a locally installed Excel. So right now, I want you to go ahead on your local computer, and I want you to go ahead and open that up and see if you find it. And in your reply, tell me, yes, I have it. And if you want to reply to anything else, you might give me some feedback on why you think, if you were one of the several that got caught up in this, why you think, did you place your files? And now I'm talking about the item from last night, which was the network the two files we had for last night, the Google Sheets and the drawings. Like, are you sure you put those in the shared with Rio, right? And, if not, did you forget? Did it just like slip by your head? Right. So you could reply about that as well. So I'm glad to also, after reading your attendance post, I'm glad to know that many of you now understand there is a difference, right, between Java and JavaScript. And which is great. It's good to know that. And by the way, we're not going to have an assignment where we do some JavaScript coding unless you want me to come up with one. We could. We actually could. We actually could come up with one if that's what you're interested in, maybe as some of the last classwork. I don't have one right now, but I definitely could get that ready. Okay. So other than that, let's just go ahead and briefly, I'll turn to the class real quick and just take a look. Right. So here we are finishing, coming into week 11. Right. So we have the lab test. This is where I was talking about. But of course, you may not have finished, right, to the last Excel one, the last Excel item as well. But if you didn't notice, and I have a couple of you that are working ahead, which is great, I have released week 12 and 13, right? So I actually might release at least one more week before I head out. We'll see what the schedule holds for that, okay? But after Excel, that's when we, oh, that was my second thing. Oh, I'm so glad I thought about this. Okay, so my second thing. So the other thing, and the one that actually I'm probably as interested in, even though it's in the future, is we move on to Microsoft Access. And Microsoft Access is a program that is, again, locally installed, but this one not available, as far as I know, on the web in any form. So you have to absolutely, again, I kind of said that with the other ones, but just know that with Access, and especially for you on Chromebooks, on Apple, you definitely are going to have to find an alternative or do what I talked about week 1, which is set up on your Mac running VirtualBox, Windows, and then Access. So two things I'd like to see in his reply, I suppose. Did you find Excel? And do you have Microsoft Access? And if you don't have Access or Excel, do you have a plan for a week from this coming Monday to have those programs, at least Excel? And then, like I said, looking forward down into the after 4 weeks of Access is the Access lab test, the last lab test you'll have in this class. Okay. Now, I did send a request to have you all set up with a program that you can download Windows, and it's called the MS Imagine program. Okay, another thing you could say in your reply, I know, big reply. Okay, do however much of this you want. I just, did you get an email? I actually requested 2 weeks ago that you all get set up on this program. Did you see an email saying that you were on the MS Imagine program and you just needed to set up your account? Because I did request it, and then I even followed up with the person that I requested it from to see if they had set it up, but I had still not heard back. So let's hope that happened. Snapchat is so fun. I hope it doesn't wig out, right? Because, I love it. I love it. Okay, this is why we can spend, that is really cute. Anyway, have a great rest of your week, and the next time I see you, it will be from Miami. All right, have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.